What's up everybody, it's Riding with D and this is the Kawasaki Z125 Pro. Let's check it out. Alright guys, as you can tell, this thing's got 0 miles, brand new. So how fast will this thing actually go whenever you're doing break-in? So let's see what it says we have to do for break-in here. Travel distance, 0 to 150 miles. It says 4,000 RPMs minimum. We got 0 miles. According to break-in, 4,000 RPMs should be the only thing that we're doing, which we're idling at 2. So that's gonna be a little challenging. It says you can ride above the maximum engine revolution stated in the break-in briefly if necessary. After you get from 150 to 250, you can go up to 6,000 RPMs. Let's check it out. Let's see what we can do. All right, just going down the road here. I'm at 4,000, which is what it says maximum do during break-in, and it's only like 25, 26 miles an hour. So unless you're just in the subdivision or in the city, that ain't gonna work where I live. So that's gonna be pretty hard to do, no matter what road I get on, especially to get 150 miles worth of it. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, just me going down here, 4th gear, which this isn't a Grom, so it doesn't have the 5th gear. This is a 2023 model, but yeah, I'm having to sort of go above what it's saying. That's 5,500 RPMs. Let's take the back road here. Again, 4th gear, 4,000 RPMs, tiny bit above it, kind of downhill. Yeah, definitely not gonna work. Oh man, I don't know how I'm ever gonna get to 150 miles if I actually did the braking correctly. That's just not gonna work, man. I mean, it does say you could briefly go above it, but for my type of riding, I might actually have to take this bike somewhere and just ride it around. I mean, 1 mile right now is all I got. 149 to go at 25 miles an hour, so. Yeah, that's above it right there. Yeah, it would almost be better if the dealership did the break-in for you at this point. So pretty much 4,000 exactly, and it was 28 miles an hour. Sort of downhill. Man, that's pretty rough. Let's see. What if we sort of stepped it up to 6 briefly? So 6,000 RPMs, we got 41. According to the speedometer, I'll have the GPS on there. Of course, going uphill. So 41. And 4,500 right there. If you don't really like this hill, it would probably do better if I could be higher in the RPMs though. I don't know how anybody, And even, I don't know, it would just have to be congested type traffic to do the 4,000 RPMs like the book says. All right, so back at it. Do a little bit of running a few errands there. Okay, well, Kawasaki probably don't need to see my break-in period on my bike, because I mean, yeah, 4th gear, 4,000, 28 miles an hour. This is slightly uphill right here. So again, you know, just something to look into. It's a fun bike, it's cool. You know, if I could really ring it out, I think I would be, you know, a little more happier about it as of right now. I usually like to do break-ins just like they do. That's just kind of the way I am, but that's probably not going to be the case for this bike. I just got this thing relatively cheap, you know, considering the time of year it is. Figured I'd give it a try. I have the Navi. You know, it's like a 110cc, no clutch, none of that. Clutch is real far out. I might have to adjust that. I'm not really used to that. But you know, this is something, this is something that, you know, you might need to look into or skip depending on where you live, you know, kind of what you're looking for. It's definitely fun, like it feels real nimble and, you know, I can do so much with it. Definitely a, you know, a real light bike. 125 cc's. I mean, I read pretty good things about them as far as the longevity of them. But yeah, the biggest concern for me is kind of where I live. It's sort of open roads for the most part, and you know, you can get run over pretty quick going 25 miles an hour. I mean, you're kind of gonna have to stick to like some of these side roads like this one I'm on right now. They sort of keep it below that 4,000 RPM. I mean, that's 3rd. Got one more gear. It would be nice like the newer Groms if it had the 5th gear. I will say that. So some people might want to skip this and go for the Grom, but I just really couldn't beat the price on this thing. So that's the main reason why I got it. I mean, 0 miles. I usually don't get new stuff, but you know, this is something I was sort of wanting to give a try. 4 miles. 146 to go. Probably definitely won't be doing that today. Odd place for a stop sign, okay. Yeah, well, let's see if we can go take some other roads around here. I mean, like that was almost 6,000, that's well over 4. Yeah. Again, fun riding little bike, so don't get discouraged by it, but as soon as I'm able to get up in RPMs and really do a top speed on it, that'll probably be more interesting. But I just kind of wanted to, you know, show people what this thing could do during break-in, because if you get one brand new, that's something you got to consider if, you know, if you're really worried about how you're breaking them in and, you know, what you're doing whenever it comes to that. So, you know, obviously just, you know, keep that in mind, that the low RPMs, 4,000, 6,000, and then finally you can do a little bit more, but yeah. All right, guys, so if you like what you see, please consider subscribing. There's a lot more where this comes from. I'm going to try to do a lot more with bikes. It's a new year, so happy new year to everybody if you're watching this around the time. of the new year. And if you have any, please leave me a comment, whatever you want to say about it. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching. All right, guys, let's see what this thing can do. Of course, the break-in, just like we've seen in the manual, 4,000 RPM is going to be until 150 miles, and then 6,000 to 300 miles. And then so on and so forth. So yeah, have a lot to go. Got 5 miles on it as of this moment. As you seen in the first part of the video, it had 0. So let's take her on up to 4,000 and see what she'll do. Something to look forward to if you buy one of these brand new. As far as the break-in, that's 4,000 in first, 4,000 second. Looks like we're about 15, 16 miles an hour. Moving on to third, 4,000 third. I'll have GPS overlay on this as well, but according to the speedometer, around 4,028 miles an hour right here. That's not gonna cut it. These roads it's fine, but out on the highway, especially around where I live, yeah, not looking forward to having to do 150 miles total with that. So I got like 145, 144 more to go as of this moment. So alright guys, pretty much with this thing, what you see is what you got when it comes to the speed like that. So if you like what you see, please consider subscribing. There's going to be more on this. I'll try to do a top speed, maybe a long-term review if I can ever get the miles up on it. It's obviously not going to be my go-to. It is fun, I will say that. I really do like it, but maybe when I get it to where I can actually get higher up in the RPMs, I'll enjoy it a lot more. But yeah, just leave a comment, let me know what you think. And I appreciate you watching.